Welcome everybody. Today we are going to start the next chapter, chapter 13, A Walk on the Moon. Okay, so in this chapter we will be learning about our experience of people who have reached to the moon. Okay, we walk every day on this earth. We go to school, we go to different places, we go to the playground, we go to a friend's house to play. Okay, in home we run in several places, but this is about a walk on the moon. Many of us goes to walk. Okay, we go on a morning walk, we go on an evening walk, but these people have gone to the moon to have a walk on it. So let's see what this author has to say about it regarding this chapter, Walk on the Moon. Okay. Humanity will always remember 20th July 1969. Humanity means the entire human race will always remember this date. But why? It was the day when the first men from Earth landed on moon. This was the day when men from Earth, means we humans, went to moon. Not all of us, but our representative went to the moon. Years of hard work and a lot of money had been spent in trying to send a person to Earth's closest neighbor and its only natural satellite. So moon is our only natural satellite. Okay, what is a satellite? A satellite is an object that moves around a planet. Okay, and Earth's closest neighbor, like Earth's neighbor is moon, Earth's neighbor is Mars, Jupiter, Mercury, whatever are there, but moon is the closest neighbor of Earth. Okay, Earth is a member of the solar system. So you know a solar system, right? A Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. So see, the solar system, the family has been given. So people have reached moon, Earth's closest satellite, on 20th July 1969. Both Russia and America had sent several rockets into space, and Yuri Gagarin, the Russian cosmonaut means an astronaut, was the first man who traveled into space. So for many years, people have been trying to send people to moon, to space, but and among them Russia and America were the prime countries who have tried this, and they have sent several rockets into space. Space means just you are going out of the earth, and that is the space. Yuri Gagarin, a Russian cosmonaut, was the first person who had traveled space, means who went out the boundary of earth. Okay. Now, two American astronauts, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, were about to land on the moon and take the first step on its surface. They were wearing special space suits to protect them from great heat outside the spaceship. So, what has been said? That after all these years, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin were about to land on moon. Means these two persons have went after Yuri Gagarin. They have reached moon. They have not only gone to space, but they have also reached moon and were about to take the first step. Means they were about to get on the moon to take their first step. They were wearing special space suits. They were wearing special kind of dress. Why? To protect them from great heat outside the spaceship. See, we are on this earth. We have several climate that is protecting us. We have heat, we have cold, we have clothes that is protecting us. But when you go out of the earth, there is no atmosphere. Our atmosphere of the earth protects us. That acts as a blanket. But outside earth, there is no blanket. So, to survive there in that utmost heat or utmost cold, people need special kind of dress that will act as a blanket for them. So, this special spacesuit were to protect them from the great heat outside. Neil and Edwin had worn oxygen tanks on their back. We breathe, we take oxygen. Outside earth, there is no oxygen. So they had to carry oxygen tank so that they could breathe when they walk out on the moon. When they are ready, they slowly opened the door of the small spaceship. When they were all ready, they had wore their spacesuit, they have taken their oxygen tanks, everything was sorted, and then they opened the door of the small spaceship. Now what is spaceship? Spaceship is a vehicle, is a car, is a rocket that would take them to moon. Neil Armstrong stepped out and started to climb down the short ladder. So Neil Armstrong was the first person to come out of the spaceship and he started to get down through the ladder. As he put his left foot on the moon, now he is also very religious, see, as our mothers say that always take the left foot inside the house. So he took the left foot out on the moon. He said, "That's one step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." Means for man, for human being, for a person like me, I am taking a very small step to come out. But for a humankind, if you consider the entire human race, in that case, human race has taken a very giant leap. Okay. Neil Armstrong had become the first person to set foot on the moon. So he became the first person to set foot on the moon. Now see, Edwin Aldrin first words on moon were "beautiful view." After Neil Armstrong, who came? Edwin Aldrin. Edwin Aldrin also came out from the spaceship and he said, "Beautiful view." Wow, such a beautiful view. To which Armstrong said, "Isn't it magnificent?" Magnificent means very beautiful and very impressive. To which Neil Armstrong, means when Aldrin said "beautiful view," Neil Armstrong said, "Yes, it is very beautiful, isn't it?" Edwin Aldrin answered, "Magnificent. Yes, it is magnificent, but it is very sad looking. It is very isolated. Means moon stays away from us. Nobody stays over there. It is very lonely place, very alone." Okay. Astronauts then began to walk about. Now the astronauts began to walk on the moon. They noticed that the moon was covered in dust which stuck to their boots. And they noticed that the moon was covered with dust. Means there was lots of dust over there and the moon was covered with dust which stuck to their boot. Which was stucking to their boot. Okay. Means their boot got covered with dust. Here and there small rocks could be seen. As you walk outside on the road, you can see very small rocks thrown here and there. Similarly, they found very small rocks here and there. At first, it was not easy to walk on the moon. First, it was not easy. Means it is like a baby is learning to walk. Like when a baby learns to walk, it keeps on falling here and there. So walking on moon was also like walking for a baby. A baby is walking because the atmosphere of moon is very much different to that of earth. We can walk on earth because of the gravitational force, but on moon there is no gravitational force. If you weigh 60 kilograms on earth, you will weigh only 10 kilograms on the moon. Means supposedly why it is very hard to walk on moon? Because in earth, we know our weight is 60 kg. If we go to moon, our weight will be only 10 kgs. Because the gravitational force of the moon is very low as compared to, very weak as compared to earth. So that is why it was very hard to walk on the moon. The two men had to be very careful that they did not trip and fall. So they have to be very careful that they should not fall down. Every step they took seemed like a long jump. Means they are just taking one simple step and it's looking like they are jumping from here and there. Because they are flying over there. They are not walking. They are literally flying because there is no air. There is no air. We are able to walk on this earth because of the gravitational force and because of the atmosphere. And if there is no atmosphere, of course they will be flying. They will be floating. So they are floating over there. Soon, however, they got used to being so light and began to hop. But soon they learned how to walk on there and they began to hop and skip and jump about merrily. It was like a fun for them that they are jumping and they are floating. They are feeling so light. Okay. So Aldrin was the first person to hold a religious ceremony on the moon. Now Aldrin was a very religious person and he held a religious ceremony. He did something religious over there. After landing on the moon, he radioed Earth. When they landed on the moon, they contacted to Earth. Okay, they called Earth. Called Earth means people on Earth. I would like to take this opportunity to ask every person listening in. He started saying that he would like to take this as an opportunity. He is feeling very happy and he is asking the men on the earth to listen him, whoever and wherever they may be, and to take it as an opportunity to pause for a moment, to stop for a moment, to stop for a time and contemplate the events of the past for few hours and to give thanks in his own or his own way. He's saying that whoever is listening to me, please stop for some time and think deeply that whatever time, whatever past few hours you have spent, think about it and pray to God and give thanks to him. However, they only had oxygen enough to last for 3 hours. They had only enough oxygen that would allow them to stay there for 3 hours only. They had to carry out tests and collect specimen. In that 3 hours, they had to carry out several tests and they had to collect specimen. Now, what is specimen? Specimen means a small sample that is taken for study and testing. Okay. When they were finished, they left a message on the dusty ground. When they were finished, they left a message on that ground of the moon. And what was the message? It said, "Here men from planet Earth set foot upon the moon, July 1969. We came in peace for all mankind." So this was the message that the space person have left, that we have come from Earth. We are humans who came from Earth and we came to moon on July 1969 and we want only peace. We came in for peace for all mankind. Okay, so this was all regarding this chapter. It's a very interesting chapter. You will be having fun if you read it. So I would ask all of you to go through your book to read this chapter and have pleasure and just think that how does a space would look like, what would you feel being an astronaut. Okay, so if you feel any problem, you can contact me during your online classes. Okay, your online classes are there every Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the mistake. So I would like you to go through this chapter, okay, and read it properly. So till then, take care and bye-bye.